Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games and a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2019. It's the Pro Cyclist mode, and it's Stage Racer, episode number 11. We head into the USA National Championships. The individual time trial is first. It is 18 kilometers. So it's a little bit of a short one here. It's not full length. It will use a bit of a combination of my time trial and prologue. My prologue's not very good yet. So not expecting too many fireworks. I'm also getting really close to my fitness peak and a bit early. So I think in the future, if I'm going to have major races, I'm going to have to back off a little bit on my training and or race profile heading into a race. You can see I'm almost there now, just 6.2 points away, and I should be there in about 3 days' time, which is right about 2 weeks earlier than I was planning to have it. So it's taken me only 6 weeks to get there instead of 8. So either I really need to level up my fitness peak perk to make it last a lot longer, or I've got to start managing that better. With a lack of exceptional talent in the US when it comes to time trialists, I'm actually among the favorites, but only just. Unfortunately for me, though, the team thinks that I should do even better than the race organizers or journalists feel that I should be doing. And the team has me pegged for a top 5. I think quality-wise, a top 10 should certainly be possible. On a top 5, I might be able to squeak out, but only just. We're looking at very little winds today, so it shouldn't have much effect. It does undulate slightly, but very little. Looks like there's a couple times where we go above that 3-degree threshold. Right now, slight downhill, followed by that slight uphill. It's certainly not lasting long, though.
He's at the top of the
fastest at the first check by 2 seconds over Brent Bookwalter. I'm number 41, so there's going to be, 31, 21, 11, and 1. 4 riders after me is all. But I am a little bit into a deficit here, so I need to back off some. There is definitely some downhill to the finish, though. There is downhill to the finish, so I can get this time back. So let's go back up to 76. Keep pushing, and there you go, down to 4th. There were 4 riders after me. And so Roskopf, Van Garderen, Haga all going quicker. But I'm up there. I'm in amongst it. Now 5th at the first time check. So all 4 go ahead of me.
A new best intermediate marker.
Again, setting a new best time here. 3 seconds above Barta. And we've basically done our climbing, and we should be okay with that downhill. Already down to 3rd, though, here on the 2nd check. 4th. It's not updating very quick, though. Roskopf is a full 19 seconds clear. And 5th. Okay, so 1K to go, coming up on it, and I'm getting that recovery now. Now we can push 99 to the end, whatever we have to cross the line, and there, oh, that's why it was showing Brent Bookwalter. Alright, so fastest, it was somehow locked, there we go. 4th, and then 1st so far. I would expect that I'll probably hang on to that 4th place. At worst, it is going to be 5th, so really good performance for my first US time trial. I was 9 seconds clear of Barta, 12 clear of Bookwalter, McNulty, Eisenhart, Carpenter inside the top 10. Roskopf takes the win over Van Garderen, Haga, and I do claim 4th place, 21 seconds off Roskopf's CCC rider's pace. So, we do manage to get into the top 5, and that ends up being an excellent result. I really didn't think top 5 was quite in the cards. I figured I'd get more like 6, 7, or 8. Good evaluation, 15 points. Almost there. We're also almost to the end of June, so I should be leveling up here very, very soon. In fact, our next race is going to be on the 1st, so we will get there momentarily, but also with that race, we are just about over the edge, so that's going to happen anytime here. From last episode to this episode, I did do 2 races off camera. Hallel was just a sprint race, and I was a teammate, obviously, and I put my work in, and that was that. Before that, we had stage 5 for Heeswijk. We were in 12th place after 4 stages. 5th stage was a sprint stage. I was team leader, but of course it was a sprint stage, so nothing changed. I finished 12th. Team wanted me in the top 10. That was a very unrealistic expectation considering all the World Tour riders that were around me. 12th felt good. 12th felt deserved. And I was happy with 12th, even though the team wasn't too happy with 12th. But I think ultimately that was a decent result, just like getting 4th place here was a good result. Next up will be the Road Championship. Of course, I won't have any teammates around me. I'll be riding alone, and that's going to make it difficult with my low resistance. Flat I won't have to worry about too much if it's the normal US course. It undulates considerably, and that'll be good for me, but low resistance without a teammate to protect me, it's going to make it probably a rough day, and I wouldn't expect a top 10 for this one, even though skill-wise, in other ways, I should be good. I have a feeling I will get dropped. And there's the level up. After we pick up 65 points for June, that puts us well inside level 7. But this time, only a skill point. No evolution of attributes. So, a little different from years past. Not every level means you gain. This time we just pick up a skill point. I'm definitely going to put that into the fitness peak, though, as right now, with it coming so early. Right now we're up to 18 to 22 days, but I think we need to push that a bit further. This is going to add 4 more days to our fitness peak. Soon after, we'll be pushing in with training again, so I'm going to fill off the fitness peak and training before I move on to any other area. Okay, update on the situation for contract. Of course, I need to declare my Caja Rural desires, and you can see it's getting up there. It's not too far from green now, and it's pretty much highest other than the team that I exist with now. Evo Pro are definitely up there. Sporting Tavira are up there, and Wallonie Bruxelles is the only team right now that's still in the red. Everybody else is getting moderately interested. It's July, and it should be next month. Yeah, August to September to get a concrete offer. So hopefully we do get far enough. We might need a result or 2 here in the coming month to get a boost. Enough to get a contract. At this point, I would expect we'd get a contract. Just a small one, and I'm okay with that if that's the case. I certainly hope I end up getting a contract offer. But if we have to stay with Medic another year, we have to stay. Oh, beginning of the fitness peak. There you go. It hit today as expected. 17 and 21 days remaining. +2 race day condition for the time being, +1 at the very end of it. Now for the US Championships. I was planning on only catching the later stages here of the US Championships, but today I've been assigned as leader, which of course I'm leader. I'm the only rider from my team that is a US citizen, and therefore the only one here. No surprise there, but the objective? Win the race. Win. Yes, that's right. They want me to win the race. But thanks to that wonderful timing on the fitness peak, I have a +4 race day condition. So today, our small flat section, a 66. That's certainly tolerable. An 81 climbing. An 80 when we climb at pace. Downhill's a 70. I've got not much sprint speed, but I certainly have the acceleration and a chance to break away. But the most important piece here, and this is a 200 plus kilometer race, 70 for stamina is tolerable, and a 71 resistance is tolerable. Whether I can win this thing, oh, I don't know about that, but we'll certainly have a look at some riders around us. I think I want to focus in first on the likes of Van Garderen. King will be a good one to target. Let's go ahead and get Ben King now, and no, of course it won't give me just how strong he is. We need to get Sepp Kuss there, Joey Rosskopf, Kilreinen. Yeah, there's definitely some tough competitors. There's McNulty, not even the leader. Oh, Rosskopf is his leader. Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be a long stage. It is a pretty short looping track here that we ride on, and it's only 34 riders in the peloton, and it's 8 riders in the break, and they've already been given 6 minutes. I have no teammates around me, so if they expect my team to chase them down, well, they have Joe Dabrowski, Sean Bennett, Logan Owen, Quinn, Olian, Rim, Bookwalter, or Davis is going to win the national championship this year. 9.5 minutes already the lead, and it's starting to come back, so maybe EF or Rally are starting the chase. 10.5 minutes. Nope, apparently they have not started the chase. 11 minutes. Now, of course, they would not have allowed me to get in the break, as I am among the favorites. 12 minutes, 12.5 minutes. I think that AI is grossly mismanaging this race, expecting the favorite, which is apparently me, expecting their team to do a chase. There's not going to be a chase here. It's 16.5 minutes already. I could almost break away now and take 9th place, but I think if I tried to sprint out of this thing, I've sent fetch water bottle a long time ago. Did my team car not show up? There you go. Yeah, those 8 are going to win this. They've got an 18-minute lead, and it's 8 riders, and it's only 34 giving chase, so it's not like we can mount a huge charge or anything. I have not seen a lead this big since, I don't know, PCM 17, where it used to... I mean, they're getting close to lapping us. Did you see that? They're coming down the hill already. Oh, this is weird. Maybe next lap I need to just attack and see what happens. Just try it. I'll have plenty of time to recover. I think I'm going to do that. At this point, it's more of a fight for 9th place. that lead's just getting bigger and bigger. There's no urgency in the field whatsoever. Already 20 minutes. Well, Carpenter for a second there looked like he was actually trying to chase. Yeah, they're giving chase now. They pulled back a minute just like that. Oh, no wonder EF isn't chasing. They've got 3 riders in the break. That's what happens when there's only a few teams here. So EF is more than happy to not chase. Rally is the one team that's losing out. You know, besides my single rider team. Losing out massively. Back in the field. It's still 19 minutes, so Rally's going to have to start working a lot harder to chase. EF doesn't care. They've got 3 guys in the break. They've got the best chance of winning from the break. And there's only a couple sizable teams here. Everybody else only has that scattered 1 or 2 riders. Let me see if there's any other teams. Yeah, Hoggins Berman, they have a rider in the break. The Arapaho, I don't know if they do or not. But that's a small team either way. I suppose I could check their riders. Let's see, where is Orion? Where is Orion? It's not showing me Orion. Is that because he or somebody from their team is in the break? Yes, Orion. There you go. They have 2 riders in the break, so they have no reason to chase. Hoggins Bermans has 2 riders in the break. They have no reason to chase. And EF has no reason to chase because they're all in the break. Rally is the only team that has a team that has more than 2 riders here that doesn't have someone in the chase.
The peloton doesn't seem interested in winning today's stage.
Bookwalter, the one lucky one who got into the break. And surprising that he was allowed to go in the break. But Rally is hands down losing this race for everybody else. The lead has held steady for the last 4 laps, and now there's only 6 laps to go. And with only 6 laps to go, there's no point. There's nothing to do. I'm going to get water this time, and that'll get me good to go to the end of the race. To compete for 9th is all I could possibly do now. There's no way I or anyone from this group is going to win this race. Rally, let it go. And that's that. Okay, I've got my water now. Back up to the front of the grid. So next lap, I am going to see what I can do. If they let me go, they should let me go. It's a 19-minute gap. They shouldn't care at this point, and then I can just go cruise to 9th place. Or they'll decide that I'm a big threat and I'm going to cover 19-minute gap, and that's just broken AI. I could actually see why, though, that the field decided not to chase, other than all these rally riders who have not done anything. Alright, slow down, move to the front, wait till the next incline, and then round that corner, and we attack off the front. I saw an acceleration behind me.
There's some that just can't keep up. There are gaps beginning to appear at the rear.
Alright, 3 riders off the front. It's Ben King, Larry Warbase with me, fighting for 9, 10, and 11 place potentially. And the field gives chase. Oh, of course they do. Field cares about us. But look how much I cut the gap down. 3 minutes. I gained 3 minutes on the breakaway because they are literally just cruising themselves because they have an insurmountable lead. I'm really surprised that those 8 riders have not started attacking each other just yet in hopes of winning the race and dwindling the group down. You'd think it would be time for someone in there to try to put out an attack and, you know, get down to 2 or 3 riders. Split in the field for now. I'm sure those guys are going to come back, but suddenly there's pace. So whatever I've done, suddenly the field decided it's time to fight. So whatever I've done, I've at least given us a small chance here, as we're already down to 13.5 minutes. But I don't think there's any hope. It's 12 minutes now. 11.5. Are those guys that slow? It's 22 riders giving chase. We've left 12 behind. 11 minutes. Only 3 climbs remain though. And they still haven't started attacking each other, surprisingly. And there's the first attack. On the flat. Surprising place to attack. Finally inside of 10 minutes. 2 more times.
Things are hotting up at the front. The finish line is getting close. The riders have just
We have literally 0 chance of getting back, so I'm just going to attack the final climb to try to get 9th. So for now I just sit on. 15k to go. Those 8 riders are all back together. We have 31 at the front, now 28 at the front. I guess I wouldn't call this the front anymore, would I? Just a small peloton. Okay, we're at the top. We are at the top. We are descending one final time. Last lap.
none of the favorites is giving an inch.
I think I will use my gel with about 5k to go.
And they're off. It's going to be very fast.
4 riders breaking away, fighting it out for the win. They wait literally until the last lap. Sean Bennett takes the win. Brent Bookwalter second. Dombrowski third. Owen fourth. And what a waste. What a waste. Rally, really? Oh, come on. Get up there. Really that far down? My own sprint here, 2k from the end. $18 seconds, 20 seconds clear. Out of energy though. A little bit early. Will I hold that lead? It looks like I will. So 9th place.
The tail enders are still coming in.
Van Garderen follows behind in 10th. Ben King, Bartha. That stunk. And that all came down to the breakaway that formed, and the one team that had numbers that wasn't in the break wasn't interested in chasing. Alright, so we move into the Tour of Aosta. It's actually one of the youth races. This is a U23 race. And I'm a little bit worried of the same thing happening again that happened with the last one. 4 of the 5 victories that I had this season were within a youth race that at the end of it I should have collected 400 super prestige points for winning said race. And I got 0 points at the end of the race. I've got victories to my name, but nothing else happened. Didn't pick up any points whatsoever. So I think that is a game error. There's some sort of glitch, some sort of problem with the game right now that needs fixing, and hopefully will be fixed in a future update. But in the meantime, I'm heading into another, similar, a U23 race, 5-stage race, that I'm going to have the same problem. Downside here also, double downside. My target date for my fitness peak was the beginning of this race, because it's a profile I like. Unfortunately for me, it also hit 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks since that US Championship race. So I just had 2 weeks of wasted fitness peak time. It's not going to last much longer here. It should get me through this race, but then it's going to be gone. So fitness peak wasted. The US Championship was wasted with that breakaway. And then, just to add salt to the wound, I've got a sniffle that just showed up yesterday. It's not going to last long. It's only going to be a day or two, but my excellent fitness and bonus fitness peak are going to be essentially wasted. I have 111 super prestige points for the entire year at the moment, which has me ranked 299th overall. So that 400 points are very sorely missed. Not that it matters, really, at this level, but I think the higher ranking would probably help my standing in the contract. I don't know how they determined that. After each win, it was saying it's going to boost your profile, and the profile boosted, but then I got to the end of the race and won the thing, and had no change whatsoever to the profile, meaning it didn't count it when that would have been bigger than a few stage wins. The overall should have been a much bigger deal. So here we go again, I guess. More salt in the wound. Vandenberg and Van den Duel are the only riders coming with me to this race. So I don't have team support. Stage 1, that's a sprint stage. I like the profile. Could have a small group through here. But, yeah. Phase 2 of a sniffle. Down 1. Preparation +2. Weather is hot. So that's a minus. So race day could do. Oh, and Vandenberg fatigued, so I'm not going to get much help from him. Let's check out the full profile here, though. Looks like there's going to be plenty of climbing to do. Stage 1 is not the time to get anything done. Just stay in the group for Stage 1. Stage 2, that's all me. If I don't win that thing, something's seriously wrong with me. Same with Stage 3. Stage 4 is on the flat. Stage 5 is all me. I like the profile. I'm excited by this race. I'm just really disappointed with how things have kind of turned out heading into this. So, Stage 1, just stay in the group. Use them to protect me. And I don't expect too many fireworks, but maybe this Category 2 climb is going to split things up a little bit, so we'll join in slightly before it. Down to the final 40 kilometers or so. We're coming up on that Category 2 climb. First group of riders actually dropping off the back, but they're not far behind, and they are able to regain contact. There's only a single rider away. He's only got a minute. He didn't even break away until the Category 3 climb here in the middle of the stage. There was no breakaway, no attempt at a breakaway prior to that moment. So really strange start to this race. No teams taking control here. In terms of riders, SEC, the only one with a full team. Everybody else, small groups, just a few riders here and there. That's going to make it a lot easier for me. And we're going to jump back on board here, as what I want to do actually is I want Van den Duel to follow me and Vandenberg to follow Van Duel. And if these guys can get up to where I'm at, I'm going to accelerate a little bit and see if we can't leave some of this field behind, and then just do enough to make sure these two don't get dropped going over the top.
The little promenade is over. The group has been overhauled.
Which I can start that now. So go ahead and 84 here. Make sure, there they are. Keep an eye on them. 84 are not hurting me at all. It is hurting them some, and it's definitely going to hurt a lot of the field. 84 for me is a pretty easy pace here. I've dropped one rider off the back so far. These two are hanging on for now. About to go back into the steeper stuff, and just like that we have a group of 12. Now by doing this, if I can pull these two over the top and not drop them, which we have less than 2K to the top. Vandenberg a little bit worse off than Vandendoel. If we can get there with a smaller group, these two can then recover on the descent and lead towards the end, and then we end up with a smaller finish and already create some time gaps. That's the plan anyway. And there's the top. They will make it over the top here. And for me, red bar is totally fine. Yellow bar did take a little bit, but I pick up big points over the top here. Actually enough to go to the top. I had 4 points over the category 3. I think I went over second or third. And then Malini was the breakaway rider there. And now we're going to switch this up. You guys go back to maintain position. Go back to, let's recover for a little bit here. It's 10 riders. We have a minute to 26 given chase. They will definitely catch us if we don't do something here soon. I want these guys to recover a little bit before they start working at the front, but we're going to set those two to relay here in just a little bit. It's 22K to the end. Leads inside a minute, and I'm going to set them. We'll try 85 and see how that goes.
We are just 20 kilometers from the finish, so things should
37 seconds. It looks like we're going to go back up to 31 riders. That's still a little bit shrunken group. Oh, there you go, 31 riders. Profile, little bit of a climb to the finish. And here comes the first big acceleration. You guys aren't going anywhere. I just like that they're putting in a little acceleration. With 30 riders, it should hold off some others. Vandendoel, go ahead and relax since they are taking up the reins. $12K to go. You could see the pace in the group, at least when you could see around the race official. And the other cameraman, there you go, he's got a little bit better angle.
The sprinters are positioning themselves up front. It'll probably be a mass sprint finish.
8K to go. We're staying at the 30 riders. Nobody else is coming back at us. So it's still a somewhat shrunken group. And we're going to change tactics here in just a moment. Both guys are right there in front of me, so I don't need to wait. I don't need to do this too early. We'll do this at about 5K to go.
We're into the last 5 kilometers.
Okay. Do this now. I'm going to use my gel first off. Relax. 99. I have no idea who's going to be stronger. Vandenberg's a little bit fresher. He is not a sprinter. But I don't think Vandendoel is either. But we'll try Vandendoel. And 4.8K. Go 94 there, Vandenberg. Wait, come on. There you go. Under 4K now, and that brings us out front. We'll sprint for what we can. Oof, through the crowd. 2.7. Now you can attack it. 2K. I hate that I have to do this. Select. There you go. Effort. Actually, why don't you sprint? It's 1.5. He's going to sprint. And duel. Give him what he's got. Give him what he's got. And now I sprint. I got a good lead out here. Oh! Oh, come on! Yes! Yes! Can we do it? Can we do it? Out of energy. Will I get caught on the line? I do not! Nice lead out, guys. I got a stage victory. That's funny. Reese takes second. Rubino. Hoist. That was an excellent lead out. Of course, it's a U23 race, but it doesn't matter. Riders are riders. And I'm not a sprinter. And even though there might not be top quality sprinters here, there's still sprinters here. They still should have beaten me. Should have beaten me easily. But that little pressure on that Category 2 climb that we put on, I think it kept a little bit of hurt in the field. I don't think I'm capable of beating these guys head-to-head in a sprint. I mean, I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be. We shouldn't have been able to do what we did there. We are playing on hard. I know, it's just the U23s, and I think I'm going to easily take the next couple stages, especially if I recover from this sniffle. I don't think there's going to be a time gap. It's too close together. It's a sprint stage. It was only in the final few K that we split off, so it should be on the same time. And we are. But we do get that gap after those 30 riders. So, time bonus. Already into the race lead. And I should have every jersey. Oh, but as a team we don't. Not yet anyway. 36 points. Nice. Get some manager satisfaction back. This race should get us back into a very happy zone. Also, that stage, victory is a victory, even if it's just a U23. That should boost our profile with the other teams out there. We'll take a look at that here real quick before we continue on. There you go. Evolution of interest. That's what I'm talking about. Evolution of interest. Oops. It's not what I was trying to click on, but stage 2. That is a stage born and bred for myself. Still ill heading into stage number 2. Let's see. Is that rider data? There it is. Doesn't look like much, or at least not yet today. Maybe tomorrow it'll show up. Everything looks to be the same at the moment. But that's going to be all the time that I have for this one. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up there. In terms of Continental, 40th, 195 points. Super Prestige, though, you're definitely lower. And see, there you go. 299, no change in the points, even though I just got a stage victory. But what I saw last time was they don't recognize the stage victories. It was just the overall, 400 points for winning the overall. And I would imagine that it is the same for this race. Who is the, let's see, yeah, 2.2 U23s. The Lessard was the one we took last time. This is the Mont Blanc. And so, yeah. Top 10, Continental Pro points, Super Prestige points. There's no stage breakdown. It's just the overall. The Le Isard is the one we won last time out. And here we are, Mont Blanc. Same thing, probably same broken scale. But there was no stage rewards. So that is just for the overall. So with that in mind, not surprised there's no change in the score right now. Also, I don't fall into the under 23 rankings as they are just youth races. So I'm not on this scale at all. Just throwing that one out there. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. And remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.